Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Monday Night Football is about to kick off for Week 4, New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. I just put out a video previewing the game, showing all the rigging in all of the Week 4 games. If you missed that video, it's in the description. In this video, I want to talk about something I forgot to mention. The death of Denny Green, the former Vikings coach, the night before they opened the new U.S. Bank Stadium, which will host tonight's game, and which is also going to host Super Bowl 52 next season. This year it's Houston, then to Minnesota, the new U.S. Bank Stadium. So today's game, October 3rd, 2016, a date with 49 numerology. Denny Green, born in the year 49, very special number. Number of Revelation, the book of prophecy. Denny Green in Gematria sums to 57, and tonight, the first Monday Night Football game in the new stadium, he died the night before they opened it, it will be the 57th game all time for the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. Direct connection to Denny Green for this game, which is what we're going to talk about. Remember, Prince died this year at age 57, so did Vanity, his former girlfriend. After Vanity died, I put out a video on why we might read about Prince dying soon. Prince died in a span of 67 days from Vanity. She died February 15th. He died April 21st. The guy who sung the song I Would Die For You with the number 4 in the title and the letter U for you. 4 is 4. U is the 21st letter, 421. Prince died April 21st, a span of 67 days from Vanity. And if you go back and watch the video I made in February about Vanity's death and the warning for Prince, I talk specifically about the number 67. Prince was born July 6th, the date written 6/7. This is the number for blood sacrifice. After Denny Green died, I put out a video showing the parallels between his death and Prince's death, both Minnesota-related deaths, and both in connection to this NFL season. So anyway, Vikings going for their 27th win tonight. If they get that, remember, 27 is a fateful number. Will they get 27 to remember Denny Green? They could also be going for their 31st loss. If they lose tonight, they're going to be 3-1 on the season, along with the Giants. As I pointed out, for Week 4, 13 teams right now are 1-3. 1-3, a lot like 13. 9 teams are 3-1. If the Giants beat the Vikings tonight, 11 teams will be 3-1. 3-1's a lot like 31. 31's the 11th prime. 11 teams, 3-1, 13 at 1-3. Yesterday morning, before the games were played, I said, look for the big 13 tribute this week. So anyway, Denny Green dead at 67. Prince dead 67 days from Vanity. Denny Green was born February 17th, 1949, 2/17, and died 7/21. He died on my 33rd birthday, as it happened. From his date of birth to the date he died, the date he turned 67 to the day he passed, 155 days. U.S. Bank Stadium equals 155. In English Gematria, let me just show this to you so you can appreciate this. In English Gematria, if a word has a simple English Gematria, let me just write this for you. U.S. Bank Stadium. If a word has a simple English Gematria of 155, it will have a English Gematria of 930. 930. A lot like the number 93. Minneapolis, Minnesota is on the 93rd meridian. Minneapolis, Minnesota equals 93 in Pythagorean Gematria, which we'll get to in just a moment. This calculator does not do Pythagorean, but 93, big number in Minneapolis. Denny Green sacrificed by the number the night before U.S. Bank Stadium opened. You see how this comes together? U.S. Bank Stadium in Pythagorean Gematria sums to 38, like Minnesota, like Prince, like Chanhassen, where Prince died, like killing, like death. Number always coded into death. Stevie Ray Vaughan, today's his birthday. He died 38 days from his death in a helicopter crash. See my blog post on it. So many entertainers, musicians, actors, celebrities have died by the number 38. The day Denny Green died, July 21st, 2016, it was a date with 64 numerology. New York Giants equals 64. Last week, I showed how there was perfect synchronicity with the death of Will Smith for the Saints, and I thought it was a good sign for the Saints that they would win the game. They ended up losing. If the Minnesota Vikings lose tonight, I'm going to start to better understand that these death rituals are not so often good things or good signs for their related sports teams. If you're new here, the powers that be, the Freemasons, the Zionists, they run pro sports, they run entertainment, they run TV, and they truly ritually sacrifice their celebrities by the numbers. Either that or they make them fake their deaths by the numbers. Will Smith of the Saints, the football player, not the actor, died in the offseason on April 9th, 49. Denny Green born in 49, number of Revelation. His death was synced up perfectly with Monday Night Football last week, where the Saints lost at home to the Falcons. The day he died, a date with 37 numerology. 3s and 7s, 3 7s. We just saw on the calculator how US Bank Stadium has the 777 gematria. 3 7s, 37. He also died on a date with 44 numerology. The word kill equals 44. This year, Super Bowl 51 is on a date with 44 numerology. And Adrian Peterson's Houston, Adrian Peterson's birthday is 44 days after the Super Bowl. Houston equals Bridgewater equals Peterson. They all equal the same thing in gematria. Interesting that Peterson and Bridgewater are out. From Denny Green's death to tonight is 74 days. The Masonic signature number, killing 74, Masonic 74, Jewish 74, occult 74, Jesus 74, cross 74, Messiah 74. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74. Oregon, the 33rd state. They say Jesus was crucified on the cross at 33. It's also a span of 75 days. Minnesota Vikings 75. Minneapolis, Minnesota 93. Minnesota Vikings with the S exceptions, that's +9 for each S, also sums to 93. And again, the stadium has the 930 connection. They opened the stadium July 22nd, 22/7, Pi Day. 22 divided by 7, the number for pi. Pi, like you learned about, cycles, circles, radius, circumference. 73 days. New York Giants in gematria sums to 64 and 73. Sacrifice equals 73. From the day they opened the stadium to tonight's game, 73 days. If the Giants win, remember this. Or is it to say that the New York Giants are set up to be the GOAT? That's the trick in reading the scripting. 10 weeks and 3 days. Today's 10/3, October 3rd. It's also a span of 74 days. We covered that. They had Fan Day at the stadium July 23rd, and they said that the weather was awful. People got soaked. It was a date with 66 numerology. Tonight's game for the Vikings, if I remember correctly, is their 56th game. Or no, excuse me, that's not right. Leave out that last part. It was something I covered in the video. Minnesota had some 66 connection tonight. Oh, I know what it is. It's Sam Bradford's 66th NFL game. And Fan Day happened on a date with 66 numerology. NFL equals 66, first Super Bowl in the 66th season. Fan Day, day with 66 numerology. They said the weather was awful, fans got soaked. With for one more 93 from the day Prince died to the day they opened the stadium, a span of 93 days. 93. I would die for you. Also, from Denny Green's death to the start of the season against the Titans was 51 days. It's the year of Super Bowl 51, or a span of 52 days. Tennessee equals 52, Prophecy 52, Vikings hosting Super Bowl 52. Denny Green died a span of 52 days before the Vikings opener. They won with 25 points, recall. Their upcoming game in Houston, which is hosting the Super Bowl, is interesting. They're having that game 79 days. 79 days from the opening of the stadium. Champion equals 79, murder 79, Denny Green dead by the numbers. The first game Minnesota Vikings ever played against the Houston NFL team was the Houston Oilers. It was on a date with 97 numerology. This is the 97th season of the NFL. 25 is connected to 97. 97 is the 25th prime. Vikings won first game with 25 points. First game the Vikings ever played against a Houston team on a date with 97 numerology. They won with 51 points. Will they make it to Super Bowl 51? They very well could. That said, there's a very strong narrative for the Giants. It's why I think Giants-Vikings will be the NFC Championship. And I think at the end of the day, there's more evidence for the Giants to be in the Super Bowl. 39-93, big numbers in New York. It's possible that the way these guys have the league rigged, which I don't fully understand, I'm on the outside trying to decode what they're doing. It's possible that these teams are built with relationships backdoor to one another. For example, the Broncos and 49ers. 49ers hosted the Super Bowl. Levi's Stadium, I'll just show you this so you can appreciate it. Levi's Stadium, and I was pointing this out last year when I was saying everything was rigged for the Broncos. Levi's Stadium, where the Super Bowl was, sums to the same thing as Denver Broncos. Exact same. The Denver Broncos lost to the 49ers in Super Bowl 24. They lost 55-10. Last year, the Broncos were 55 years old. John Elway was 55 years old, who lost in Super Bowl 24 to the 49ers, 55-10. Last year, the Broncos won in the 49ers stadium with 24 points, the same team that lost to the 49ers in Super Bowl 24. When you write out 24 in Pythagorean gematria, it sums to 50. So does San Francisco, who hosted Super Bowl 50, the golden anniversary of the Super Bowl. I want to show you something about AU, the abbreviation for gold. Notice that it is the letters 1 and 21. Can you make that out? It's a little bit small. A is the first letter, U's the 21st. That's the abbreviation for gold. The 49ers Stadium is on the 121st meridian, hosting the golden anniversary of the Super Bowl. And the Broncos went to the White House exactly 121 days later on June 6th. 6-6. If you write out 50 as a word, it sums to 66. If you write out NFL in Jewish gematria, it sums to 66. First Super Bowl in the 66th season. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Revelation equals 121 the big way. 49 in Pythagorean gematria, which this calculator doesn't do. Your FBI, New York State, established on July 26th. All by this code all throughout history. Revelation's where the name Philadelphia comes from. Eagles equals 49, like Revelation. Chip Kelly went from the Eagles to the 49ers. He began the season by coaching his 49th NFL game. I could go on all day, Truth Seeker, because your entire NFL is scripted this way. You can talk about every coach. You can talk about every team. When you learn the code, you can see how everything has been rigged by the numbers throughout the history of these pro sports leagues and so much more. Until next time.